makes me feel special. No heaven on earth if I can't be with you. Swim in your eyes so I can tell the truth. I got so high, I'm off my feet. I got your body all over my mind. I got so high, I'm off my feet. We up in the clouds with the sun in our eyes. Show me love, don't need no money, don't need nobody.
Bro, all of those artists, I listened to them early on, bro, and it's like, yeah, I mean, I'm gonna take this off now. Welcome to another video of the Diary of REMO Kazzi. Today we have the May. We have still the May. I'm not gonna tell you the date. Wait, I actually wanted to talk about a specific topic, which was pretty interesting, which made a lot of sense to talk about. Okay, because there's always topics you can talk about anything and all the time. And you should actually be able to kind of perform a very like interesting kind of experience. You should experience a lot of things because it's easy to tell stories when you're just experiencing, and that's the easiest way for content. It's just experience a lot. You're coming back literally. You can make like 5 videos if you just kind of go through a lot. Like imagine you're going through a lot, like just doing a lot of shit and everything. You come back and you're like, yo, we did that and that, and then that happened and that it made me, and that made me think, and all of that. And it's really hard to make a lot of content when I mean like excessive amount of content. Like I mean like 3-4 videos of like 10 minutes a day, which like 1 hour of content every day, which is basically not a lot of content. Wait, in pure content's actually a lot, because most people, oh, I'm gonna work on videos for 3 hours, whatever. But in pure content, that is actually a lot. And just creating that out of just the past of experiences, right? You're not actively pursuing, which makes you go very deep, which makes you like, you force yourself to go very deep because you have to kind of reflect on just life experiences and just lessons that you've learned through the way, and not like, oh, just experience something outside, very funny and everything. No, it's like deep anchored things which I can open up and every time, because yeah, actually lived a lot of lives in the past and actually have a lot of which I can tell and which I can get experiences from. That's the good way of like having lived basically everything by the age of 20. A lot of like experience. I just like life experience in general. Which is, you can also have a lot of life experience when you're just in your room for 6 years and you have literally, okay, people would say you have no life experience, right? You were just in your room. But nowadays you can gain life experience by just watching videos and everything. That's also life experience. You're studying other people and everything and all that. But it's not just that, it's also going through emotions and being lonely and feeling that, and texting with people, calling them. All of those things basically create life experience in a way that is almost as reality. Life experiences are seeing things and actually having to deal with the emotions attached to certain events that happen outside of your room. Yes, that is true. But still, the emotional, like most experiences and most kind of open mind things, and kind of, your true mental spiritual way, and like your like the true spiritual progress you make is actually happening emotionally in your brain, and it's emotional trauma and emotional width that is created by experiencing facets of all of those range of emotions, which basically is why some people, you describe them as how do you say, like a really not woke, but like a really awake person, like, or just a person that has knowledge of, is deep, insightful and everything, which is basically just crying a lot, having dealt with different losses, not losses, I mean, not losses, people don't have to die, but like just the general things, like, relationships and everything, and like how people are acting, friendships, moving cities, trying out things, failing, having different hobbies, all of those different things that are possible. And you can actually create yourself, like you can create experiences, like you can fake create experiences. It's not fake, it's still a true experience, but you can narrate, like you can narrative, you can basically narrate, you can create your own world, which basically you take a year out of your life and you're like, okay, this year I will gain a lot of experience. Experience doesn't fall to you because everything in your life is controlled, which means, okay, the first month I will actively pursue a relationship and try out as many things as possible, and I'm not obligated to stay with that person for life, but I will date. Okay, I would keep it to 1 month, so I don't want to disrespect the other person too much, but I will basically take it as an experiment. And smart people tend to see things as lessons, even if they want to keep the things, and even they're not scared to take risks. So for example, what they do, they like to send risky messages. So basically you narrate your life. This 1 year is going to gain you a lot of experience and everything. First month, let's say it's dating. Second month, it's moving to a whole nother city. You're basically just gonna move to like another city and just live there for 1 month. The next month is like trying out a new sport. The other month is like making new friends, and then also they're kind of like getting into, like, you can create you can create highs and lows. How do you say? Not physically. You can create highs and lows, fakely, not fakely, but by yourself. I don't know what's that word, like not like plastic. What is plastic? It's not true. It's not nature. It's, I don't know. Basically, you can narrate. Is it a word, narrate? To narrate, narrative, to narrate. What is the word to kind of create a story and to narrate a story, to narrative a story? What's the word that I'm looking for? I'm also looking for this word of artificially creating a year of experiences and going through that. You can create a lot of pain. Basically, I mean, some people, yeah, to narrate. Yeah, it's actually narrate. It sounds so weird, narrate. Basically, yeah, you narrate your life, you create experience and everything. Yeah, like things don't have to happen to you, because everything happening to you is not as impactful than things that you actually narrate yourself. Like, you can learn more from actually like the things that I just mentioned, and narrate your life that way and kind of experience those things, than losing your whole family. Because having control over things makes you realize that you can change, and all of the other stuff of basically very, very sad, very, very impactful things that change a lot, people wait for those moments and they're like, now I will change. But what if you just go out there and, lose all your, lose your face, lose your personality, you lose your status, and people are not willing to lose that and give that up. But those are the experiences that create the most lessons, the biggest lessons. What you can do, what I did is, I moved to different cities. Then I was in a city where there were things that were not that easy. People didn't really accept me at that point, because it was also a lot of immigrants, and I was like this German kid, like this kind of local kid, whatever. And I just got myself locked into my room and just made music and everything. And of course I built friendships and everything. At a point I was a normal guy, but that wasn't enough for me, So what I did is I basically started to pursue my dreams, and I knew that if you want to be big nowadays in terms of internet and everything, you have to basically throw away and humiliate yourself. This is the thing that worked with Kazzi, Speed, and all of those people. Okay, what are you gonna do? No, not anymore in 2025. Please, it's over with those times. But what I did is basically, I also have a theory of like, okay, to get a lot of women, like if you want to achieve the multiple wife status, the actual, obviously if you're business, it's a different category, but in like entertainment and like social media and like artistry, in artistry, most things like an easy way, a path for sure, is basically being anti-attractive to women. So first Speed was of course this weird guy, and he was anti-attractive. He was basically pushing away women and like, oh, I'm weird, okay, no. And what happens is there you create your fan base that makes you be the guy that is pursuitable for women. What that means is like, okay, you gain your fan base, which is basically weird people, but those weird people are basically thousands of people that make it for the normal people and attractive people to seem like you have things going on, and you are actually, social credibility is higher, so people see you as famous, as this guy is interesting and everything, and now people are looking at you, and now later on you can become normal and everything, and now people start to like you because you have that momentum and everything, and now the things start to roll. So everything starts with actually screaming away the people, putting them away, and not only attracting the niche audience, but something like the Short Man World Club that I'm building is not the most attractive thing to do and whatever. But as a point where this is successful and you are building this and leading this momentum and this company or whatever, you start to become pursuable. And it's just with everything. Like at the start, it's gonna look uglier. That's why most people won't do it. Uglier than the normal path, which is a path you have to go through, which is a path where women will not want to pursue you because you are looking different, because you are dangerous to date, because basically this woman it's just nature. This woman is setting up being judged with you, because you are obviously taking the judge when you're studying something. They do not want to be familiated with you, like credibility, like I don't know what the word, kind of with you. So that is an important point, and kind of some things that I've learned. I can many things. I can tell you a lot of things that I've learned, but this is one of those things I wanted to share. Appreciate you guys. It's 7:30 p.m. today, by the way, and yeah, see you in the next one. I'm Remo Kazzi. Bye.